Hello students, in this video we will be discussing about the nature of Indian economy. Indian economy is agricultural economy, agrarian economy, because agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy. As all of you know that more than 50% of the population is still depending upon agriculture for their livelihood. So we have to give more importance to the agricultural sector because it is constituting 50% of the Indian economy. As all of you know that in agricultural sector there are different agricultural activities in which people are involved. First is cultivation of crops, poultry, then animal husbandry, fishing. All these are activities which constitutes this primary sector. So agricultural sector is traditional in nature. The method of cultivation is using traditional techniques of cultivation. This has to be changed. Agriculture sector need to be improvised with the help of technological interventions. This will help the agricultural sector to be more commercialized in nature. We can target the export industry. We can export our agricultural products to other countries also, and we can get an advantage. We can earn the foreign exchange from export of agricultural commodities. For this, we have to formulate proper government policies. Next, we will discuss industrial sector. As all of you know that there are lot of people who are disguisedly unemployed in agricultural sector. We have to shift this population from the agricultural sector to the industrial sector, because only through this we can improve the economy. In the case of industrial sector, now government is initiated many programs to help the small scale industries and medium scale industries. The growth of small scale industries and medium scale industries can ensure job opportunities for people who are skilled or semi-skilled. We can absorb the excess population from the agricultural sector through the development of industrial sector. In the case of industrial sector, mainly the small scale industries and cottage industries which can play a major role. So government also should take this fact into consider while formulating the business or industrial policies of the economy. Now we will see what is the case of service sector. In the last 1 decade, service sector improved a lot. The positive growth of the Indian economy is mainly because of the service sector. In the case of industrial sector, it was a cement industry, other industries like iron and steel industries, aluminium industry, which performed very well, chemical industries, electricity, which performed well. Whereas in the case of service sector, it is the telecom industry, then other industries like, communication industries, which performed better. So both industrial sector and the service sector managed to give a positive growth in the economy. So government should consider all these three sectors while improving the employability skill of the people. Government must provide training to the people so that there must be an occupational shift from the agriculture sector to the industrial sector, then to the service sector. Now we will discuss a very interesting topic called demonetization impact. As all of you know that demonetization, that the economy underwent a very drastic change because of demonetization. So demonetization definitely had a positive impact and a negative impact. In demonetization, we devalued some currency notes. As all of you know that initially the currency, there were a lot of fake currencies which are circulating in the economy. So to stop this black money, we demonetized some currency notes. 500 and 1000 rupees notes were demonetized, because these were the higher denomination notes which were circulated in the economy as part of the black economy. So the most important positive impact of demonetization is we were able to reduce the extent of black economy. We were able to reduce the quantity of fake currency which is being circulated in the economy. we were able to digitalize the economy. We went for a cashless society. People who were not earlier under the banking activities, now banking activities penetrated to the rural population also. So these are some of the important positive impact. In the national security point of view, initially there were lot of money coming into the terrorist activities. Now it is being reduced. So in the point of view of national security also, demonetization have a positive impact. Now we will discuss some of the negative impact of demonetization. The foremost negative impact is it badly affected the rural economy, because in rural areas there are people who don't have even a bank account. They were badly affected from this because they were in a dire need of cash. And there are small scale industries and medium scale industries which were running because of cash. They were not in a situation to move to a cashless society or digitalized payment. So because of that, their economic activities been reduced. And many people lost their job opportunities and jobs because of this. So there are negative impact also and there are positive impact also. In the short run, the positive impact were not that much high. But in the long-term perspective, demonetization was a good measure which has been suggested by many economists. Now we will move to another topic called urbanization. This is an interesting topic because we all wanted to live in cities. We wanted to enjoy the city life. Why? Because cities are providing better job opportunities, better educational facilities, better healthcare facilities. So urbanization is a process in which people are moving from rural sector to the urban sector, from the rural areas to the urban areas. There are certain reasons why people are moving from rural areas to urban areas. The first one is urban sector provides resources. Urban sector provides better amenities like drinking water, electricity. All amenities is present in urban sector, which is absent in rural areas. There are many, rural villages in which there is no electricity. They are struggling for drinking water. So these being provided by the agriculture sector. Next is better educational facilities and health facilities. To become people more employable in future or to become skilled, you need better educational facilities and training facilities, which is present in urban sector, but it is not so much developed in rural areas. So people in search of better educational facilities and healthcare facilities are moving from rural area to the urban area. The next important topic is job opportunities. In urban area, there are lot of small scale industries and large scale industries present. So it will provide employment opportunities to the people, which is not present in rural area. So people are migrating to get a job in the urban areas. And there are other reasons also. For example, marriage. Marriage is one of the reasons why people are shifting from rural areas to the urban areas. So urban area provides better facilities than the rural area. That is the primary reason for the urbanization process. Now we will discuss another topic called women entrepreneurship. As all of you know that there is a positive relationship between women getting education and women starting businesses. Women who are educated always have that craving to become economically independent, and government is supporting these women by giving them microfinance. So women who are using this microfinance, there are 98% of women who are using this microfinance and starting small scale business by their own. As per the World Economic Forum report, the gender gap is gradually declining. Out of the 8 million women who are in business activities, India comprises of 13.6% of that. In the last 1 decade, we were able to increase the women's participation by 10.1%. So women who are getting into business activities are mainly focusing on small scale businesses. And women who are in leadership position also is now improving. Initially it was too low, women in leadership position was too low, the representation was very low, but now the situation is improving. The government and other business sectors are taking very positive measures to increase the female participation in economic activities. In the case of India, it is the 5 southern states which are improving in women's participation. Out of this, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, this is performing very good. And the 5th is West Bengal. Why? Because women in these areas are getting good education than women in other parts of the country. So women entrepreneurship is an important topic, and we have to give much priority for women's education, and we must bring this population as a working population. We must shift the mindset of the people. We must use this population, 50% of the population, the female population, into a female workforce. Hope all of you understood these concepts very clearly. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up and do suggest this educational channel to your friends also. Thank you so much for listening. Study well, stay safe. Thank you.